Hi everyone, welcome for the first battle report of the Bellum Lacum. I was paired against a Vermin Swarm player. He was from Italy. Really nice to play against people that you don't know before the tournament. It's always the occasion to meet somebody new. And yeah, he had a nice looking army. Let's go. You know already my list, and this was my opponent's list. So as you can see, there is a ton of character. I mean, like half of the list is character basically. You have some magic, you have some fighty BSB, then we have a general to give some leadership, to assassins, and the two very strong Scorchist alchemists. If you don't know them, let me explain you what they do. So first of all, they are captain and attached, so this gives him a BSB effect and general. But he has also a deep fire thrower, which are basically a naphtha thrower. They are like flamethrower, basically 3x5 area, strength 4, AP 1, flaming, which is really good. And also they give, I think, zeal and flaming attack on the first round of combat, I would say, something like that. So very useful for 115 points, a lot of effect. Obviously the flamethrower are not the best against me because I have resistance flaming attack. He plays then 2 big block of Vermin legendaries with spear, obviously. Bunker, a unit of Thunder Brute with rotary gun. Then he has 9 Vermin Brute, so just a combat one without scoring. He has 2 cannon and 3 Dreadmill Chariot to finish the list and provide him some counter charge and zoning tool basically. We were playing all the center, which is up in the middle of this map. Yeah, basically I got secondary objective, settle the score, which was to, I think, kill the highest non-scoring unit, which were the Vermin Brute, and he had unleashed a big gun. I think he needed to reach the field and the hill, I would say, with shooting weapon till the end of the game. We got below the spell selection. Mine will be the same all tournament long, and we had Spearhead. So remember, Spearhead is with the 3/3 of the map cut, more or less like that. Sorry, my drawing is not so good. And basically you can then choose to Vanguard 1/3 of the map. You get the Vanguard 3, which is Vanguard 6 with marching. So obviously here, when you look at the map, you want to pick bottom and center vanguarding, because this gets you board control, and the opponent has an impassable in front of the middle, which is obviously some space less in comparison to the bottom part, which has more space to put more scoring in the middle. Let's go deeper into analysis of the matchup. So yeah, I felt really good about the matchup, to be honest. I felt I have all the range damage tool to hurt his army. I have rocket battery against the brute. I have naphtha thrower against his large unit. So I felt confident about that. I think the only way that he could put me in danger here would be to take an aggressive and risky approach, to go really risky and try to commit as soon as possible before he suffers too many casualties. So that could be a way to approach the matchup that could be dangerous for me. Obviously my Titan will try to use train to his advantage to avoid some cannon shot. Primary, yeah, I think here interesting to point out. So obviously in version 3.0 you want to roll to win this first roll, because you can then decide what you want. I think in that case you want to choose the side to get Vanguard in the center, because I think it's even better than starting, which is usually something that we like on hold ground. Deployment wise, to my surprise, my opponent won the first roll and he elected to pick top of the map and Vanguard on the right. He told me afterwards that he liked the impassable to protect his flank, and also he wanted to deny me some covering option for Lamassu and Titan for the cannon shot. Which meant basically that I could get what I wanted if I would have chosen the side, which is center and Vanguard on the bottom part. So that's really perfect for me, and even better since I could go first. I think it's called attacker. I could drop for first turn, so I can get the side I want, the Vanguard where I want, and start. So that's getting really interesting for me. So this is deployment after Vanguard. The Vanguard in this right flank, you can see he has, so maybe let's talk about my deployment, because I drop for first, and then you can see how he react to that. So I place all my scoring in the middle. From left to right you have Enforcers, Citadel Guard with Gunnery, Immortal with BSB, another Citadel Guard Gunnery, and the 2 naphtha thrower also Vanguarded in the back. Then you have Lamassu in the back, and on the right and left basically it was going to be Kadim, Kadim Titan on the right to play with the hill and get some cover from the cannon, and Kadim Incarnate on the left to basically pressure his flank and get into a nice attacking option, potentially also taking advantage from Ghost Step. His counter deployment from right to left, he got the Dreadmill, he got the Shooting Brute, he got his main unit, which is Spear with BSB, and also I think something else inside. The 9 Brute, the bunker with some characters, and then here on the left you have the second unit. I think in both of them he has a Scorchist, then obviously the little guy are hidden, the assassin, and then he has the BSB here, and the 3 remaining characters are here, and obviously the cannon are in the back. Let's move on to my turn 1. So I push, so as you can see I'm able to get in the center on the field, meaning if he can't fight me I can take advantage from flaming attack, which is really nice. So that's perfect for me, and I'm sitting on the center with all my scoring. Those guys also getting ready to chaff if I need to. On the right I was a bit more careful, I move in the back. Denying him more or less like that. A cannon shot to my Titan and Lamassu. He can get the other cannon if he wants to. I also move forward with Nafta because I was out of range. In the magic phase, he dispelled +1 to hit, but I got Flaming Sword and I shot with this rocket battery into the brutes on 3+, 2+, and I managed to do 6 wounds, so that's a very good start. His turn 1, he starts to push forward with his right flank, forming a battle line and pushing towards me. Magic phase, I dispelled the weakness range damage. He got a ward save, I think on this unit, to avoid too much damage from Nafta, and he shot me with his flamethrower, but that didn't do much, kill only 1 citadel, and with the cannon he very smartly elected to pick my Nafta thrower, which are even a better juicy target than the Titan because they are more decisive in the matchup. So he shot at them, hit me 1 time and managed to do 3 wounds on my Nafta, so I will start to use them quickly before they die. My turn 2, sorry for the blurry picture. Yeah, I push hard with Incarnate here to form a solid battle line around the center. I'm getting 3 scoring units close to the center, and here we're still quite far away. On the right flank I push a bit forward, Titan, give him with a mid-long charge to tempt it to charge me. If he fails that could mean trouble for him, so we'll see how that goes. Magic phase, I got a ward save on this unit to protect myself because on first turn I was out of range of the Rattling, but now the Rotary can basically catch me. So I get a ward save to protect me. I also got Flaming Sword, he dispelled +1 to hit, and I got 2 rocket battery on the Brute unit that I needed to kill for my secondary, and I managed to do, with a total of 8 shots, this time I managed to do 6 wounds. The Nafta, I shot both at this unit because that's for me the point to open a little bit the game was to attack this unit, and also this one has a ward save. So I shot everything on the left and I killed a total of 22. Yeah, obviously 15 shots on 2+. That does a lot of damage. His turn 2, he pushes towards me, get the charge here. I think it was like a long charge. I wrote a 10, but I don't know if it was like 10 on a D6 plus a D3, I guess. I don't recall exactly, but basically it was rather long, but he made it. I'm not too worried about that, shouldn't do too much. I think I can definitely cope with that. Yeah, here plays the Brute to countercharge my Incarnate in case I want to charge, and that was about it. Here you can see also huge difference between version 2.0 and 3.0. If I get rid of the treadmill, then I cannot charge those guys as long as they are 6 model. They get the +1 to wound, they are way too dangerous for me. And Magic Phase, I dispelled the weakness on the shooting, obviously. He failed, yeah, he got the ward save on the Brute, shooting Brute, but on the Brute in the middle, sorry, and miscast and lost 4 rats. He killed 6 immortal with the flamethrower shot, so quite successful this time. And the cannon 1 hit and killed Nafta. So I lost a first Nafta. Close combat wise, he managed to do 2 wounds, which is average. And I managed to do 5 wounds back. So he broke from combat and flee. But I cannot really pursue and get into the thunder because, like I said, +1 to wound, he would easily kill me. So I felt that's too dangerous for me with 2 wounds lost. Anyway, my turn 3, I move here out of arc with the Titan. I want to slow him down. Yeah, I get my shooting round, my scoring unit ready to score in the middle, and I want to start some job on this unit that is still dangerous for me. As soon as I do some damage, I feel it cannot really anymore be so aggressive with this unit. In the magic phase, I got nothing in the magic phase, and then with the rocket shots, I managed to do 6 wounds to those guys and nothing here. I think he was able to save everything, and I kill here 12 of them with the NAFTA, which was also a good result. He's done 3, he continued to push me forward, so to get into charge range. Those guys just face me to try to get some shot and make hard for me to charge him. Here I could get the charge here in the flank, but that's his BSB, and it depends a lot how many wounds I have left. If I still left with a lot of wounds, I could charge here in the flank and yeah, potentially put him in great danger. So that was an opportunity that I identified quickly. Magic phase, sorry. And here he also made smartly impossible for the Incarnate to charge here in the flank. Anyway, move to the magic phase. He got hit on 2+, I think, with those guys here, to make the combat for the Titan hard, because I would get 12 attack that hit me on 2+ and wound me on 5s. So that's still very dangerous depending how many wounds I've left. I dispelled the Aegis spell, and he got, I think, reroll to wound on the Titan, maybe? I'm not sure about that. I don't think so. Anyway, he shot with his flamethrower, kill 3 immortal, and with the rotary gun, he managed to do 3 wounds to the Titan. So I have only 2 wounds left. So I felt it's definitely I cannot engage anymore into those 2 combats, which is obviously sad. He managed to roll a lot of shots and then wound me on 6 up, and yeah, managed to do 3 wounds. So that was sad. The cannon did nothing this time, luckily, and he didn't rally those guys on a 3 up. And fled off the board. So that was at least good news for me. My turn 4, since my Titan is almost dead, I move all around out of arc. Here I chaff those guys, and this allows me to charge with Incarnate into this combat. Here I just make a kind of a death zone, get all my pistol in range for this one, plus the NAFTA, everything ready, and this one a very long charge. So basically to just punish him if he charges something. I think cannot cope with that. It's like 30+ shots from pistol, plus the NAFTA, plus a stand and shoot potentially. So I felt this is way too much for him to charge me, so I should be fine. Obviously, without a NAFTA hit, that could get a bit more dangerous. So the 2 up here is quite important. Magic phase, I dispel the +1/2 hit. On the pistol unit, obviously would have been huge. I get -1 to, I think, hereditary in the close combat, which didn't matter that much, to be honest. I think I could have done potentially something different, but I wanted to help a bit the Incarnate, but I'm not sure that's so relevant, to be honest. Anyway, the NAFTA thrower killed another 12 rats, which was nice. I killed some more with the shooting. It just all the combat against Incarnate. So like I said, I think the buff wasn't so relevant. I should have cast something else, to be honest. And that's about it. His turn. He elected to charge against Immortal, which was a long charge, because just before that his captain said the round is lost, so do what you want. And he took the risky play to long charge the Immortal, and I didn't like that, because I felt if he goes heavy on my BSB, kills it, or maybe I don't have so many models left, so he can break my steadfast, and then I can just break, and I was afraid he would make that charge. So I think it was on the 5 or on the 6. So I fled that charge. What I forgot to do was to put the BSB here to keep the BSB in range, which would have been better. He charged that way on the bottom part. He made that charge. I stand and shot and kill some more, so he hasn't so many rats alive, and then I have a juicy counter charge in the back. So I felt okay with that. Here just face me to shoot me to death. Here he charged me. Here we still in combat, and here move forward. I was already seeing that I have some good line of sight in case that unit breaks this time, which should happen. Then I could get some good counter charge, so that could be nice. Anyway, in magic phase, he got reroll to wound against my Titan on the weakness shooting, basically. I dispelled the hit on 2+ with my 5 dice against his 5 dice, and then shooting on my Titan this time did nothing, so I'm still alive with 2 wounds. and a close combat. This one ended up being a draw. It didn't roll that well. Obviously I have resilience 5, which is quite important. I didn't do that much. I managed to do some wounds back and I stick. Those guys, they break and they're going to be destroyed because decimated. And on the combat below here, I lost by 1 and I stick on the check of -1, 8 non-rollable. Like I said, if I would have had the BSB here, that would have been way safer. So I'm not so happy about this moment I forgot, but now I have the counter charge. That should be fine. My turn 5, charge in the back. I elected to charge with Incarnate here rather than go here because I felt this is going to get more points and I should get an overrun somewhere into that bunker, so that should be fine. Kadim, for some reason, I didn't charge. I think that's a mistake, to be honest. I forgot that now he's not hitting on 2+. I think he has agility 3. If it's the case, I would be striking before him. So I have a good chance those guys are not buffed. I mean, I'm going to resolve the BSB combat below. It's going to die. And then that's non-rerollable check for him. If he kills me, he kills me. I think I also forgot that in version 3.0, if he kills me, he doesn't get the free pivot and he cannot charge me next round, basically. So I think here, not so relevant the case. If he kills me, he cannot charge me no matter what. So I should definitely have taken the Titan into those guys. First of all, that's a terror check. And second of all, if I'm going first, I have decent odds of potentially winning this combat, to be honest, because that's only for him. Most likely I'm going to kill a model, 9 attack on 4 and 5. I mean, I can survive that, I feel. So yeah, I think here not the right decision not to charge, to be honest. Anyway, what's going to happen in the combat, this unit's going to break, die, here die. I get the Enforcer into the flank here. Those guys couldn't connect anymore for some reason. That's about it. His last turn, I think he didn't charge. He just went in front and shot me with like cannon, rotary, everything. I think he and he was like able to 5 dice the reroll to wound here. He's going to kill the Titan with the shot, and I'm going to kill this unit, and that's how we're going to finish the battle. So obviously 20-0 for me. So the Kadim mistake didn't matter that much. It didn't matter at all, to be honest. And I was able to win primary and secondary. So that was definitely good news for me, because he wasn't able to get shooting unit into this. So I was able to win my secondary, which was to kill the brute, because I got them with the Incarnate. That was another reason why I charged with Incarnate. I wanted to secure my secondary objective, basically. Let's go deeper into the post-game analysis. So I think, yeah, his deployment choice was questionable. If I were him, I think I would have taken what I did, which is Vanguard center and the bottom side. I think it's better, to be honest. I was happy to get quickly board control, so to be able to start with the Vanguard, it's even better. So I was able really to jump on the middle of the ground. Yeah, his block not really able to threaten me in close combat. He was able to do it at the end, I think mainly due to the mistake from me not putting the BSB in the right place, because then it's an easy check for me and the counter charge. But still was a dangerous combat, even with all damage that I did before. I could have still taken that unit, which yeah, is a couple of points, obviously. Happy to use the heal to my advantage, but he was able very smartly to not shoot too much at the Titan and shoot at the Naphtha thrower, which is definitely key in the matchup. So I think that was a wise choice from him, definitely, and not so straightforward, not so easy to identify. Sad game for the Titan. Yeah, I think sad in the sense that I had some nice opportunities, but I couldn't really punish him. I think that's the key difference between version 3.0 and 2.0. In 2.0, after I broke those chariot, I would have charged the rotary guy that would just wound me on 5-up, and I would have won that combat, no problem. Here in that case, with the +1 to wound, it's way too dangerous for me, and I cannot go anymore into that combat. So definitely huge difference. After that, I was feeling too weak, but I think towards the end, I missed an opportunity on turn 5. I should have charged into that combat. If I'm correct, he has agility 3, meaning I would go first, kill one model. If I'm lucky, maybe even 2 model, and I can get those points. So I think that would have potentially save the Titan or at least bring us to an interesting combat. And for 3rd Chine, I was surprised that they hold to 5 brutes and they got some juicy points when catching the bunkers. That was nice. Yeah, like I said, I think one mistake for me was definitely the BSB should have jumped to avoid not only the rally test, but definitely because it's 3-up maximize due to the fact they are disciplined, but I think mainly for the break test of the Citadel Guard below, to just make that safer, because if I break on that test, it's not so enjoyable, to be honest. It can pursue me, get those points. So yeah, that's huge, I think, in the matchup, and can move my victory towards rather 15. So that's a good amount of point here in the balance. So not a mistake I'm happy about. And yeah, Vermin Swarm played some risky plays. Could have paid off, to be honest. He was near to punish me, so yeah, some risky plays. Not so straightforward sometimes, but could have paid off, definitely. So I think that was some good choice for him towards the end to say, okay, it's already lost, let's take some big risk, and it caused me some troubles. Anyway, the round went really good for us. We had, after the pairing, in our opinion, 4 positive matchup. So we were quite happy about the pairing, and then we got also 4 wins on the table with some big wins. So congrats to my teammates, and we will see what's next for the round number 2. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Goodbye.